there are 5 questions that you must answer before your call to action. Okay, and these are, and think about it. When next time you get an email or the next time you're reading something, this is subconsciously what's going on in your mind, whether you think it is or not. This is what's going on. What are you selling? Why do I care? Who are you? How much is this going to cost? And then once those are answered and they're ready to buy, they say, okay, what am I supposed to do now? So this is what happens when someone knocks on your door and they're trying to sell you something, right? Who are you? What are you selling? Why do I even care that you're here? Okay, once they start talking, they're like, oh, okay, how much is this going to cost me? And then if you're like, yeah, I think that's a good idea, and they never ask you for, your donation or anything, or a Girl Guide comes and tries to sell you cookies, but they never say, oh, do you want to buy a cookie? You don't know what you're supposed to do, right? So that's all that you need to have happen when somebody reaches your website, when somebody reaches your email, or somebody reaches your message. Okay, who are you? Why do I care? What are you selling? What do you want from me? Okay, how much is this going to cost? What am I supposed to do? That's it. Okay, um, so here's a little bit about formatting. I rushed through the last part because really, just think about how you want to be spoken to when a salesperson comes to your front door. The question that you have, and think to yourself, if I was going up to someone's door, what information do I want them to have before I even knock? Before I even knock and say, hey, this is like what I'm trying to sell you, what thought process do I want? What beliefs do I want them to have? Right? What frame of mind do I want them to be in? I want them to be relaxed. I want them to maybe laugh a little. I want them to be conversational. I want to be their friend, but I also want to be someone that's in authority, right? That's why there's a few real estate agents in our neighborhood. They're amazing. They come around they probably knock on our door every quarter, right? So every 3 months or so, they knock on our door. Plus they have mail campaigns as well as email campaigns. So they're hustlers, and it's 2 of them, and they literally like own our whole neighborhood. It's real estate, and the reason that they do that is because we know them, right? We know what to expect. We know that they're going to come around every 3 months. We know that they're going to ask us if we're ready to sell. They're going to tell us about our neighbors. They're going to have actual information for us. They're going to get our email address again, reconfirm that we want their emails, and then they're going to ask us for referrals. They're going to ask us for the names of our neighbors. They're going to ask us for all the stuff we already know. It's a formality. So when we are ready, it's going to be great when they come to the door and we're like, yep, we're ready. Okay, you're our guy. And that's what you want to happen. You want that frame of mind to be, they're already in motion. They already know, okay, when I'm ready, when I'm ready, and then boom, they're ready, and you're in their inbox, and they're ready to buy. Okay, so a few things on formatting that I'm going to go through, but as well, I'll give some examples of where you can get kind of motivation from, right? About how to format things, because I think there's a big focus on and in a lot of markets this works really well. These big formatted HTML, templates, really colorful, really corporate, but also they're just huge formatted newsletters, right? Some markets that really works well, some markets it doesn't. But ultimately, the tone should be conversational, right? The tone should be, like I'm talking to someone that I've known for a long time. And you don't have to use, jargon or, bad language or anything like that. Like you're not talking to someone in the backyard, okay? You're talking to someone in a business sense, but in a way where you're kind of on their side, right? Um, you're answering questions for them. You're telling them stories. You're giving them little anecdotes uh, about about your world and how what you're doing can help. You're giving testimonials. You're a human being. The way that I think about it is the way you would talk to someone, not like in a business meeting, but in maybe a barbecue where some of your clients are, right? Where some of your prospects are. You're at a barbecue. You're having casual conversation, and hopefully you can tell a story, make them laugh, and then you're always looking for that in, right? You're always looking for the way that you can take your conversation. And I know this because I tried to sell insurance for a long time. You're always trying to find uh, that bridge where it's okay to talk about what you do, right? But in an email, you don't have to have that awkward silence. You don't have to have that weird kind of situation because they've already said, "Yeah, I want to know what you do," and you're just keeping that conversation alive. Okay. Also, short, punchy sentences. Talk like you speak, or write like you speak. We don't speak in these long paragraphs that go on and on and on and have perfect punctuation and are set up like we're writing a thesis paper. Okay. Um, when you read a novel, like a James Patterson novel, or one of the ones that I like are from Lee Childs. He writes these ones with what's the guy's name? I've got it around here somewhere. Jack Reacher. Jack Reacher is one of the main characters, and the way that he writes is it's like punchy, it's short. If you look at like a James Patterson novel, there's a lot of like white space. You're not overwhelmed with text. It's not like you're reading the Bible, okay, or any other like book that's got so much text in it, right? You're not overwhelmed. You know that it's like an easy read. It's immediately relaxing, and and that's what gets people flowing through your emails. You want someone to open it, feel like, oh, okay, I can read this. I can get through this in a couple of seconds, not overwhelming them with like, oh my god, I got to go through this, and there's all these different things I got to do, and there's bullet points over here, there's buttons here, there's like different articles and pictures and all kinds of stuff all over the place. Keep it simple, right? And then one of the main things is speak in active tense, right? And what that means is, uh, if I can use an example, I would say, um, uh, this is how you're going to get results, okay? Not our friend got results using this, or Billie Jean's kid got results. You can say this is the program Billie Jean's kid uses to get results, right? Because when you use active tense, right, that is action based, right? So if I say to you, you know what, and I use air quotes, right? If I say, I looked at myself in the mirror and I said, Darren, today is your day, right? If I said that to myself in the mirror, that's the same as me saying it to you, okay? Because I'm saying today is your day, right? If I said to myself, if I said I looked at myself in the mirror and I thought that it was going to be my day, right? That's very different than saying today is your day, right? Very very subtle differences, but try to focus on uh, action based words, and it's difficult at the beginning. It's like I used to write in the past tense, like something had already happened, and it's very difficult for someone to believe that they're going to be taking action when you're talking about something that subconsciously has already happened in the past. So that is we'll probably do like a document on different ways that you can use that, but it's very very important. Um, the way that I think about it is whenever I'm writing a sentence, I think if this was a call to action, if I was saying this is what this does, um, would I be able to, put a link on this and have someone click it and be like a call to action? Was this something that is action based? And if it's not, I try to fix it up. I'm going to go more into detail on that, so let's put that on the back burner right now. But I will put a whole document together. Very, very cool stuff that you can do with this, because you can have commands that are inside of sentences in your email that aren't really commands, but they are, but they're not. So again, this is not work, right? This is not work. This is, make this fun. You're sending emails to people who are interested in what you offer, right? What better way to be than that, right? You're not knocking on people's doors who aren't interested. You're not making cold calls to people trying to convince them. You're actively emailing people who have raised their hand and said, you know what, I want what you have to offer. So this is your opportunity to show them what you have to offer, right? And make it entertaining. Be that person in their inbox that is welcome. Be that person that they say, oh, there's an email from Darren. I got to see what he's got. I have to see what's up with him today, right? He mentioned his friend about the cholesterol, and I got to see what's going on with him today. I know he's going to sell me something, but that's okay, because the experience in itself is enjoyable. The selling is a natural progression of our relationship. I know I'm going to buy something, but you know what? Reading his emails, I'm going to enjoy it regardless. And when I'm ready, I'm gonna click that link and buy, right? That's the relationship that you want to have with your list. Not a relationship that like you guys love each other and you're best friends. A relationship where you're genuinely interested in their success and their results with whatever you're selling, but they're also interested in what you're all about and what you're offering them as value, right? That's the kind of relationship that we want to have. And then again, the best way to do this is email daily. Okay, whether it's make a schedule that works, right? I do it daily because that's what I was taught. That's how I was taught, and that's how I learned. And it's become a part of who I am and what I do. But it's also a way to kind of, it's almost like our daily radio show, right? It's a daily, talk radio show where I'm the host and I'm the only sponsor, right? And I kind of, talk about things that are going on, relate it to what it is that I'm selling, and allow that process to flush out, right? And when you do this, when you do it daily or 3 times a week or whatever that schedule is, you're not so tied to the immediate results, because that today's email went out, great. It's going to go, there's going to be another one that goes out tomorrow too, because the buyer that is on your list might not have opened today's, right? But they got deleted with all the other ones. But the email tomorrow, they'll open it, and then they're going to be like, oh, this is actually interesting. What I've had happen is people have gone through people have gone through my past emails and started opening them, and I can see it in my analytics. But so anyway, so that's today's session. Next week we're going to go into the automatic authority formula. We're going to go more into the tech aspects of this, about setting up your autoresponder, the sequencing, what emails you want to include that will generate that authority with your new subscribers.